So far, we have covered a lot of games on the worst of the worst, but this little indie game has one hell of a legacy. If you are new to this series, and with the last two videos getting more views than this series usually gets, I'm assuming some of you are new. I am Adam the Horror Historian, and I am looking for the game that I own that is the worst. We are putting 8 games against each other to determine which one is the king of refuse. I've said this before, but seriously, this is all in good fun. Some of y'all need to chill. There are 4 categories in which I'm judging these games by: gameplay, presentation, story, and game feel. So far, we have gone through Fester's Quest, Oni Chambara, Bikini Zombie Slayers, Jaws Unleashed, Umbrella Corps, Silent Hill Homecoming, and last time we talked about Alone in the Dark 2008 for the PS2 specifically. Again, some of y'all need to chill. This time we are talking NightCry, a game that is a spiritual successor to one of the most classic horror game franchises, Clock Tower. This is not only made in an updated style in the vein of the original franchise, but Nude Maker is ex-Human Entertainment staff who designed Clock Tower as well. I love point-and-click games. I grew up playing them, and even though they weren't my favorite type of game, they do hold a very special place for me. This game, though broken up between different characters, is a puzzle point-and-click game, though I will say the 3D elements just don't move as smoothly as when the game was originally in 2D. Though there are moments where I can say it can be a bit frustrating, and I can't say that it's ever great, but it functions. The problem I have is there's another spiritual successor in Remothered that updates the place while keeping the spirit, and it functions so much better. This is very similar to when I was going back and forth between Jaws Unleashed and Maneater. There's just a better one that came out later. This game is kinda rough looking. Apparently this started out as a mobile game and eventually turned into a PC game and then later released for the Vita of all devices, while the mobile releases never happened. Some of the character models look rather good, while some just don't hold up nearly as well. And for some reason the model for Dante in DMC was used. At least it's close enough to looking pretty much exactly like him. The music is kind of forgettable, and the worst thing for how this game presents itself is the animation used for character movements. It's hard to see these without laughing. I'm sorry, but the one girl runs like she has a corn cob shoved up her ass. It's not good. Oh my god, this game is a mess story-wise. I like narratives where it can be split up between different characters, but that means I'm gonna have to actually enjoy some of those characters. The game is split between Monica, Leonard, and Rooney, and it mostly takes place on the cruise ship, the Oceanus, except for Leonard's section, which is on a local island. Yeah. Monica is simply just looking to survive the first chapter. That's the only goal.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to frighten you. Are you all right? You look very pale.
Are you alive?
What?
If you read the Wikia section, they try to attribute all these characteristics to her about how intelligent she is, but, yeah, sure. I just don't see it. Frankly, she's the best looking character model, and I don't mean that in a sexist way, but she clearly is where the most polish went. Leonard is a professor who ends up going to an island where you get most of the backstory, as far as what's going on.
I'm not sure what's going on. But whoever is on that island probably knows more.
So you think they're terrorists?
Maybe. If they were, they probably would have made some kind of statement by now. Anyway, we should keep going.
Okay.
A cult group, bringing in the Scissor Walker into existence, who was apparently designed by Masahiro Ito of Silent Hill fame. Rooney is the most unlikable character you play as. I understand that she is depressed and went through hell, but at the same time you have to give me something that wants to make me keep her alive. Even she doesn't want this.
The ocean at night seems to suck you in, don't you think, Rooney? Don't you think it would feel so nice to be sucked into the ocean? It's probably comfortable in the ocean, like a soft bed. It's a bit salty, so you should bring some candy. I like lemon and fruit punch flavored candy. It's sparkly and beautiful. It's like a billion stars are at the ocean floor. You're lucky. The sparkles are all yours. And you're gonna become a sparkle too. Rooney, can you wait for me down there? You can't take all the candy though. You should get some rest in the soft and comfy ocean.
Anyways, the final chapter is figuring out how to end the whole thing, beat the cult leader, and survive the night. It's all over the place, and I think they needed a couple more months to just let the story cook and pull things together. It's got some moments where it seems like they kind of forgot about a plot thread, and some that make no sense at all, though are sometimes fairly interesting.
Professor!
Kill me. Kill me.
Now, it's very easy to lock yourself into a bad ending, but thankfully the game has a timeline feature where you go back and replay a section to put you on a better path. I wish more games did stuff like this. I like it anyways. It's a point-and-click adventure game. I'm not really sure what else I can say here that you haven't been able to figure out on your own. Sometimes it works, sometimes it gets a bit janky. I know this section is super short, but there just really isn't enough in the good or bad direction to talk about. It's just kind of there. This game goes back and forth between being kind of meh and one that is so bad it's good. The death of Dante, or what the internet has started to refer to him as Dante, and the goofiness of the game does manage to have a little bit of charm.
What? I said something inside here grabbing my hand.
Oh, Harry, the Gregory Peck Act is a bit outdated,
Oh,
don't
Harry.
you think?
I'm serious.
See, I kind of remember that. Yes! Which means, despite what all the dumbass fanboys think, Alone in the Dark 2008 for the PS2 is still the champion of crap this season. Which means we only have one game left that could possibly dethrone Alone in the Dark. How do you feel about movie tie-in games?